Hello and welcome everybody to Parnu Summer Race 2023. It's day 2, but day 1 for racing, and we have the first grid already on the start. We will start with one of the fastest cars out there, or maybe the fastest cars. Porsche Sprint Challenge, North European Zone. We have 13 cars on the grid, and as we see, they will have 20 minutes of racing, and we will go racing in already 5 minutes. Here we see the beautiful Porsche ring building with all the spectators already there, and yeah, can't wait for the fun to start, as we are having today 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different races. Or different classes, and then after the first 5 races we will have a lunch break, and then from around 3 o'clock the second round of these 5 races. So totally 10 races to enjoy today, all sprint races. So this Saturday we have only sprint races on the track, and tomorrow we will go endurance racing with the Nankang Endurance 2 hours and Baltic Endurance Championship 4 hours. So sprint today, endurance tomorrow. I think everybody has a clear understanding what will happen on the track, and we can quickly go through the starting grid for the Porsche Sprint Challenge. And yesterday all the quali sessions were wet, and today as well. So we had some quali sessions in the morning here, so the track was wet, but it's getting drier and drier. We can see it also on the screen. I believe there will be quickly a dry line out there, and that makes it, of course, a little bit more difficult to pass as the racing line is dry. Besides the racing line, it's a little bit more wet, but we will have around 23, 24 degrees out air temperature, so that means that the track should dry out quickly, and we will have dry races upcoming. About the grid, from pole position we have Jani Kakela. Starting beside him will be Henri Tuomaala. Henri Tuomaala also in second place in the standings after the first rounds. And right now this is the penultimate round, and then 1 round in Finland as well for the Porsche Sprint Challenge NEZ Championship. From third position, Olli Kangas. He's a little bit further down in the championship. And then from 4th place, Matias Salonen, who is sitting in 3rd position in the championship. So we had 2nd, we had 3rd. You will ask who is 1st, and he starts from 5th position, and that's Valters Zviedris. So he's a championship leader, and will start from 5th position. Beside him, Thomas Kangro, also sitting in 4th in the championship, so a good position there. So I believe the top 6 will have a nice fight, and they had 9 tenths between them in the qualifying yesterday, so I assume it will be as close in the race as well. And we have had some great races at Porsche Sprint Challenge Championship this year, and the battle for the championship and for first positions is really tight all the way up to the finish line. We have, for number 20 and number 22, we have 3 places grid position down, so that's why Salonen is starting from 4th position. He was the fastest in qualifying yesterday, but 3-place grid penalty, I assume, for some unallowed action moves in the previous rounds, I suppose. That's why. Then from 7th position we have Jukka Eerola. From 8th position Tomi Haru. 9th will be Eduardas Klepikas. 10th position Raimo Niemi. Then we have from 11th position Daniel Skurnik. 12th will start Tomas Svidinskas, and from place 13, let's hope it's a lucky one, Jari Olla. He should have been a little bit further up as well, but he has a penalty there as well. So we see the safety car out there in front, and that means we will go racing in just a minute. Of course, for Porsche Sprint Challenge, it's a rolling start. That means we will have 1 warm-up lap, 1 positioning lap, we could say like that, and then we will go racing. Formation lap, that was the right definition. The safety car goes, and then of course all the other cars will have to wait for the green flag. We have all, of course, here electronic panels when we compare maybe to other tracks where we have still the old school flags, but here everything. But yeah, we have an old school flag here as well, so that's everybody sees it, and it's clear that you can go on your warm-up lap, and after that, as I said, one warm-up lap and one formation lap, and then we go racing. Here we see the poleman. Number 39 was second fastest yesterday, but as I said, Matias Salonen was awarded the 3-place grid penalty. Let's see how the conditions on the track are. It looks like it's quite drying. It's not, of course, fully dry, but we see there's not spray coming from the cars, at least at this speed, as they go through this. Yeah, really difficult. But yeah, it's mixed. We see some dry tarmac there as well at some points, but it still should be a little bit slippy. So really difficult conditions. And here we see when they go faster, then the water is getting sprayed up a little bit. So yeah, will be difficult. That's for sure, for everybody involved. And I suppose we will see some moves from the drivers. But as I said before, if we have one dry line and everything to the left and to the right is wet, then of course it becomes really risky to try to overtake the car in front of you. Maybe of course, if the car in front of you is really slow, then there's a chance. But as they have, I think, qualified plus minus in their normal positions, then it will be quite difficult. But let's hope for an entertaining race, and let's hope that everybody will finish. That's the main concern, I think, and the main thing in racing, to see the checkered flag, and then we can see and award the positions after that. Of course, as I said, we'll have 2 rounds of races. This is the morning loop, we could say, and then we have the afternoon loop as well. So we will see Porsches in 2 races here. If we go into the standings quick again, Zviedris so with 156 points, Henri Tuomaala with 132, and Matias Salonen with 126 points. So 24 points between the first and second. Then we have 8 points between second and third, and the maximum points you can get for a win is 25 in one race, then 20 for the second position, 17 for the third. So we can do a little bit math before the second race, how the standings will change after the first race, or if they will change. But yeah, right now we are seeing the formation lap as they are going on the long straight, and there we see the first left-hander after the long straight, and they are getting side by side. Of course, in a rolling start, you have to be side by side. The car who is in a lower position has to be a little bit further down, so not side by side exactly as they are right now lining up. Okay, let's hope our Porsche drivers will entertain us. And the grid is really mixed. We have a lot of youngsters there, junior drivers, we could say. We have, of course, drivers with experience, and we have also new drivers who are experiencing, I don't know, for the first or second or third season only racing. So it's a mixed grid. But as I said, the top 6 are really fast, and they will go for it, that's for sure, as we are seeing the last corner, as they are coming up right now to the start and finish straight. And will we have a green light? It seems like we have a green light, and we are going racing. And here we see the first position, Kakela against Tuomaala. Kakela on the inside, of course, has a better position, but Tuomaala maybe will have a better acceleration out of the corner, and that's the case. Number 23 will, I think, get the lead after the first corner, as they are moving on to the Parabolica in just a few seconds. And the inside is there for Tuomaala, and we see in third position, I think it's oh, and that's a spin. That's a spin for Tuomaala, I think. And unfortunately, fortunately nobody hit him there. But wow, maybe we can see a little bit later a replay of that. But right now, mixed grid. Zviedris up to third position. That's what I saw there. And yeah, it looked like Tuomaala had the move done, but unfortunately spun out, and that's it for him right now. Number 11, Olli Kangas. Olli Kangas in up to second position, and here we see, yeah, the splitter of the front bumper is off. I'm sure he will come into the pits, but that's a huge blow for the championship for Henri Tuomaala. Yeah, was maybe a little bit too greedy in the first lap, tried to win too early. But yeah, of course, mistakes happen, and that's normal in racing. But right now we have a trio out front. It's Jani Kakela, Olli Kangas, and Valters Zviedris, the top three. Salonen in third position, a little bit further down. And yeah, the fight is on. Kakela, Kangas, two drivers who are not in the first four positions in the championship, but right now feeling really good in the wet conditions, as Zviedris as well, who is the championship leader. So that's a good trio right now here. And this is the corner where in the first lap Henri Tuomaala did spin. And yeah, it's quite difficult right now, because we see there is a dry line already on the track, but we have still some wet patches on the track. So, and here we see Olli Kangas looks like he can drive faster, and he will try to make a move on Jani Kakela, maybe already right now here coming after the long straight. But yeah, he's too far down and he can't make a move there. But we see he is faster. He is definitely faster right now than Kakela, and he will try, of course, to do the move right now, maybe around the outside. And yeah, we see there's a drier line outside, and he's has the move done right now. Don't make any mistakes as previously we saw. And right now Olli Kangas with a good start, good first few laps, and up to first position. As we are seeing, Valters Zviedris is lining up next to overtake Jani Kakela. Will he do it on the straight already? It seems like the move will be done. Right now here we see the leader Olli Kangas, but the action right now is behind Olli Kangas. And still, yeah, Jani Kakela holds on to second position, but it's really close right now, the fight for second position, as they are coming up the first long straight after the first corner and into the parabolica. Yes, there's a few car lengths behind, but right now I'm sure he is lining up, and here we see how much speed he gains, how much how much time he gains there on the entry and the middle part of the parabolica. And yeah, maybe a little bit of a slower entry, and then through the corner accelerating, and of course trying to get a better exit speed right now. So of course it's not a do or die move right now for Zviedris, because he is in a good position. His closest follower Tuomaala is last right now, and where Salonen is fourth position, and yeah, 2.5 seconds behind right now. Not so fast on these conditions, but the track is drying. That's for sure. And there are of course different forecasts for the day. Some say it will rain, some say it will stay dry until the evening. Right now it's not raining, but we have a lot of clouds around us, so that's an interesting development, because of course the setup is different if you drive in wet or if you drive in the dry. So yeah, it's can be a gamble sometimes. We see Olli Kangas far further and further from Kakela, around 1.5 seconds already. And we see, I suppose Zviedris would have loved to go by Kakela and try to fight for the win. Extend his championship lead, but right now he is a little bit stuck. And as I said, we see the dry line is there. Oh, and here we see Kakela already fighting and driving the fighting line, not the racing line, to stay in front on Zviedris. But right now Zviedris will try around the outside. For Kangas it worked previously, and right now it's working for Valters Zviedris as well. So the same exact position, the same corner as Kangas got by Kakela. Zviedris doing the same right now, 2 laps later. So right now Olli Kangas out front, Valters Zviedris in second, and Jani Kakela in third position. Will be interesting to see if Matias Salonen will try to catch and move up to third position. We have still a lot of time left. We have raced only 6 minutes, and right now 14 minutes plus, I think 1 lap is left. So a lot of time right now still for the drivers to move up. And oh, we see that Kakela has come back and is back into second position as, yeah, he had made the move on Zviedris in the last corner, it seems, in the first corner after the straight. And right now, we saw that, yeah, Kakela tried the outside line there on the Parabolica where there is dryer, but Zviedris saw the opportunity and I will go past you again. So that was a really, really risky and interesting move there by Zviedris. We haven't seen a lot of these moves there in that corner, but right now he's back up to second place. And yeah, the question is, will Jani Kakela come back at him or not? But yeah, that's an interesting one to see. Yeah, 1.5 seconds between Kangas and Zviedris. It was in the previous lap, maybe a little bit more right now. We will see that just in a few moments. Yeah, Jani Kakela, of course, Finnish driver. Olli Kangas. Also another Finnish driver. So Finland, Latvia and Finland in the top 3 right now in the Porsche Sprint Challenge. NEZ first race of Parnu summer race. Yeah, that's the racing line on the outside, but it looked like there is grip on the inside as well in the previous lap when the move was done there by Zviedris. 2.3 seconds between the leaders. Still a lot of time left, so maybe we'll see a fight for the lead as well. In the standings, Olli Kangas. Yeah, he raced in the previous race at Porsche Club Festival Finland race in Alastaro. And he was third in the first race. So he knows how to drive in the wet, because the previous round of this Porsche Championship was in wet conditions as well. But there was much more rain at that time in Alastaro. Right now, as I said, the track is drying. Really wide line there by Zviedris coming onto the start-finish straight. And yeah, he has gained 0.8 in the previous lap. It was 2.3. Right now it's 1.5 between Kangas and Zviedris. So maybe there is a fight for the win of this first race in our hands, or on our hands. But interesting as well, Jani Kakela is still hanging on with Zviedris, so he's maintaining that speed. Zviedris in the previous lap with the new fastest lap of this race, 1:21.5, and yeah, as I said, that was 0.7 faster than Olli Kangas, who is right now in the lead. We'll see what will happen after this lap, if there will be some changes or not. So if Zviedris will come closer or not, and of course, it's much easier to hunt someone down, not to be the hunted. If you're driving in front, you have no, especially in these conditions, you have no reference points. Where is the right braking point to make it into the corner? If you're hunting, you see what the front guy is doing, and if you see, oh, he's not sliding around, that means I can brake a little bit later. And of course, one more interesting thing is about tire pressures, especially in these drying conditions. It's a big gamble. Yeah, how much air pressure to put in them, and in this long 20-minute +1 lap race, the tire will heat up, especially if the track is getting drier and drier. And it's at the moment exactly the same situation. Here we see on the braking, Jani Kakela coming closer and closer. Zviedris in the previous lap 0.5 faster, and the fastest time is by Eduardas Klepikas in the previous lap, sitting in 9th position. So wow, the track is getting faster and faster, and Eduardas Klepikas with a really fast lap, 1 second faster than the lap of Zviedris, and Jani Kakela was 0.2 faster in the previous lap than Zviedris. So Oh, it's a big fight here, and maybe, oh, we see a slide there by Valters Zviedris, but he keeps it together, so we see he's pushing, he's really pushing to get closer to Kangas, but he sees Kakela in his mirrors as well, so this is a really great fight for the win and for the podium places right now at this Parnu summer race. First race for the Porsche Sprint Challenge North European Zone, and we see going wide, going really wide, almost off the track, the first two cars and Kakela as well. What's the gap right now? It's 0.9 seconds, so 0.9 seconds, only 1/10 faster. The previous lap was Zviedris. But yeah, he has 9/10 behind him is Kakela. So the first three cars we have in 2 seconds right now at this first race. Wow. After that, there's a bigger gap to Salonen and then Eerola in 5th position, Kangro in 6th position. Yeah, not the best. He lost out positions. I think Kangro is somewhere off because he was previously in 6th position, but right now Niemi, Olli Kangas, because everybody is going by Thomas Kangro. I don't know if you can see, maybe somewhere a car has stopped, but maybe he's in the pit box. But right now on the live timing, we don't see him. But yeah, okay. Here we see the leaders once again. And wow, Zviedris is really close. That's not 0.9, that's I think a few tenths. Trying a different line there, Zviedris, or maybe brake too late to make it into the corner. But right now you see better exit speed out of the corner, and right now they're coming to the start-finish straight. Oh, really, yeah, only 7 minutes. And here we see, tries to cool the tires, Zviedris on the straight. Yeah, of course they are on wet tires. In these conditions, I'm pretty sure they should be on wet tires. I didn't see it on the start grid. But yeah, if he's moving from the racing line into the water, then that means he's trying to cool down the tires, the temperature. And here we see one car. I think that is number 48, Kangro, with some issues. So that's why he has dropped down a few positions, unfortunately. Yeah, this section is better. We see that Kangas... Zviedris was much closer, but right now Kangas has a little bit of a gap. Yeah, it's half a second, maybe 0.7. And they are pushing like, yeah, won't say that on television, but pushing like crazy. And these cars are really fast, you have to imagine. They are around, okay, not 20, but 16, 17 seconds faster than the 325 Cup cars. And these cars are already quite fast on the track, so you can imagine the speed in these. And it's interesting, yeah, so Kangas is faster at the first part of the track, and Zviedris is faster on the second part of the track. And right now, Zviedris was already in the position to try to make a move, but yeah, somehow didn't stick to that. Or didn't try. Yeah, he wasn't as close maybe as he wanted to be. And here we see a bigger gap. So the last corner onto the start-finish straight. There's Kangas getting some time, getting some more grip, and maybe a little bit of a better line. And right now, as we are moving on to the fastest part of the track, this straight, then the parabolic, and then the long straight again. Oh, this is a really interesting fight right now. Kakela as well, hanging on. And you have to remember that the racing line is dry, but off the racing line we see the tarmac is darker, so that means if you try to make a move there on the limit, it's possible that you will slide. You will lock the brakes, and in the worst situation you will hit your opponent, and that could mean, of course, a penalty there as well, so you have to calculate this. So this is the part where really Zviedris is faster than Kangas, and they are side by side. Kangas will have the inside position, and they're almost touching. I think Kangas didn't want to give up the position, goes a little bit wider, maybe wider line. Zviedris still there, but yeah, that's the fight for the win. In the first race we have 5 minutes left at Porsche Sprint. Oh, and that was a big slide there by Kangas. Usually he's fast in this, but now maybe Zviedris is getting a little bit into his head. The psychology is, of course, a really important factor here as well. Really different lines here from Kangas and Zviedris. But it was a good line there for Kangas. He can breathe a little bit during this straight as they're coming up. And here we see a really great exit from the first corner for Kakela as well. He got closer and closer to Zviedris, so of course he hasn't given up here for the second or maybe first position as well. Everything can happen here. Everything can happen. This is one of the more interesting Porsche races I've seen. Really excited and really exciting to watch. The first trio, we have seen already a few overtakes between Kangas and Kakela and Zviedris and Kakela. And here we see this is the part where Zviedris is really gaining. I think that is on the braking, the big braking point there after the long straight, and that's where Zviedris is gaining some time. And yeah, almost playing bumper cars at this point. Still 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes left plus 1 lap. Edvards Klepikas still with the fastest lap, so he has found something that nobody else has. Really much faster than the guys in front of him. So that means he has, of course, a free track, and these guys are fighting. And already here we see on the braking points, Zviedris is, it looks like braking later or a little bit better. So that's why he's gaining a lot of time there. So yeah, another next lap. We will see. Of course, that Zviedris comes closer at this point on the track. How close? It looks like Kakela is a little bit closer to Zviedris than Zviedris is to Kangas. And we see, the track. I think it will be completely dry for the next classes. Looks like that. And 2.5 minutes left, plus 1 lap. I think that's the rule. So what's the gap? It was 0.6. So no changes in this lap, as the top 3 drivers are still fighting it out. So as I said before, everything can happen. We have this lap. I think, this lap, another lap, and I think then another one, because they will go over the finish line. But yeah, that's up to the racing control. We will see it, in fact, when we see the checkered flag. The drivers are, I suppose, aware of the rules, and they will stop fighting only when they see the checkered flag. But right now, Olli Kangas with a good lap. Zviedris is not so close as previously, as we are seeing the leaders coming here. So yeah, Zviedris has dropped a little bit of time in this lap, as we see Kakela is really close, and they're coming up to do some lapping, so to lap some cars, some little bit slower cars, and that always, of course, also can be a factor there in the fights. And we see that Salonen, I think, is also coming a little bit closer in the previous lap. 1.4 only seconds between Kakela and Salonen. So Salonen looks like didn't feel really great on the wet conditions in the start, but right now, as it's getting drier and drier, Salonen is getting more speed, coming closer and closer. In the previous lap, he was almost a second faster than Kakela, so that's why he is only 1.4 behind him. And as I said, I think we have definitely this lap, but I suppose maybe one more lap, and so that would mean still a lot of action there. And we see that one of the cars right now is getting he can't disappear, of course. He tried to be as solid as possible, and here we see Kakela trying to make a move on Zviedris. Zviedris on the outside line usually was faster here, and that means that Zviedris on the next corner will be on the inside line, but they're going side by side right now, going into the second to last corner, and they leave each other space, but right now Zviedris will be on the inside, and Let's see, will he turn in? Kakela, no, they're really, gentlemen driving there, leaving space, and we are still going into one more lap. Yeah, that's for sure. We haven't seen the checkered flag yet. So, this was a really intense moment there. Zviedris and Kakela fighting for second position. It will be interesting to see. And right now a better acceleration out of the last corner for Kakela, but Zviedris will be on inside line. Who will? Oh no! And he has lost the position. Right now Kakela will be defending. Right now. And we remember here Zviedris did overtake Kakela previously. He will try to do it again on the inside, but there's no space, and there of course he has compromised his exit speed from the Parabolica going onto the long straight. This is the last lap, that's for sure, as the leader has disappeared in front. Olli Kangas, he has done a great race as he has lapped another car, and there is another car to lap, and no, there isn't, but Salonen is really close there behind Zviedris. Salonen, his opponent in the championship, will try to overtake Zviedris as well. So Zviedris has lost a lot of speed, and here we see sideways going there by Zviedris. And that's a puncture there. For Valters Zviedris. He has lost 2 positions in 1 lap, and he will try, of course, to go to the checkered flag right now, but he is out of top 3, and he has the tire has given up. But of course the gaps behind were quite big, but congratulations, Olli Kangas gets the win in race 1 and Porsche Sprint Challenge North European Zone Championship. Jani Kakela 2nd place, Matias Salonen 3rd place. We are still waiting for 4th, and Valters Zviedris limps home into 4th position. Of course, really important points lost there. He was in 2nd position, would have had 20 points for this race. Right now he drops to 14 points, but of course could have been worse. If the puncture would have happened in the last lap, in the beginning, he would have lost more and more. We see 14 seconds behind him was the next, 3 seconds only behind him was the next driver. Unlucky, but lucky at the same point for Zviedris. But Olli Kangas, congratulations. First 3 places for Finland. So congrats on that. As we have Zviedris in 4th, Jukka Erol in 5th, Edward Sklepika 6th, Jari Ollila 7th, then we have Raimond Niemi, Daniel Skurnik, and Tomas Vidinskas, Tomas Kangro with also some issues. 1 lap down in 11th position, and Henri Tuomaala, we remember, of course, a disaster race for him. He had the lead in the first lap after he overtook, I think, Jani Kakela it was. Yeah, exactly. But then on the Parabolica, a spin and a retirement there. Lost a lot of points there. And he was the closest to Zviedris in the championship. And Tomi Haru didn't start there, it seems like, as well for some reason. So that's that for the first race of Parnu Summer Race 2023. This was the first race for Porsche Sprint Challenge NEZ in this round as well. And we will try, of course, to get to the end of the race, and of course to the Parc Fermé, where all the cars are coming after the race, and there we will have maybe Oscars there. Let's see in a few moments if that will be the case. And right now a little bit of a break. We will see if we will have some interviews or not. And the next race will be an interesting one as well. ABC race V1600 and BMW 116. Much slower cars, but with same kind of racing. So let's enjoy the highlights here.